Akiho is now a lich.
Oh gosh, no.
Confirmed. That's new canon.
Yo, yeah, that's new canon.
good, good
Are
job.
liches immune to cold?
Yes.
I think
No,
they
not.
are.
They were resistant, but not immune, right, David? I think.
Uh,
Or undead traits, I think, from 3.5 or like
Resistant.
resistant,
Okay.
or like half damage. I think they said half damage.
Yeah, something.
We'll just let Isabel.
They just have a whole bunch of, you know, resistant to everything.
right.
I mean, you saw what a lich can do to a beholder.
Yeah. Like I
Oh,
said,
yeah.
I'll just let Isabella handle this one.
Yeah, just let it. Okay. So, what happened in the last game, everyone?
Oof. Oh, well, let me think. God damn it! Why is the phrase "you better take responsibility" just pop in my head over and over? It's just a stupid anime thing. We haven't been able to bust that one out yet. I'm thinking about how. What the hell? I'm trying to remember a meal. Ever since a meal was made. Oh God! Didn't Yeah, I remember being kind of creepy as fuck now.
Wait,
Because
what?
we went to wasn't last session when we went to interrogate
Yeah, we went to
Max?
interrogate Max.
We did interrogate Max.
Yeah, I remembered because of his final thought being
Oh yeah.
about
Lucia.
Lucilia.
Yeah.
He lost a heart with me. And Karu trying to get to the bottom of this won an extra heart. So Karu is in the 2-heart club. But yeah, I got
he was
really
thinking about some other girl.
I'm
Not
going to
just that,
make
but,
a
like, right
sheet
before-
just for Megumi Heart tracking. Okay. But yeah, you did go interrogate Max, and
It's like he was almost a man possessed or a boy possessed, because he thought about like he wanting to say sorry to her in a sense, and then he just got like overwhelmed, and then he just remembered being was it almost subdued, right?
Yeah, subdued
And he-
by Vera. And
Yeah,
Karu.
because we have Vera. And what was that about the shuriken that we
kunai.
had? The kunai. I'm sorry, not shuriken. Kunai.
There was one, because I messed this up and I'm gonna make it clear. There was one. You found one on the floor in Vera's bedroom, and it didn't seem to make it out of the bedroom as they fled. They fled out of the room.
Was there still a dent in the wall?
There is a dent in the wall where someone was thrown into the wall.
Thrown into the wall, not the
kunai.
Yes.
Thrown the kunai.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. But basically, the investigation led to discovering that Max broke into the room. He kind of was in cat form, I guess. Went into the bedroom, just sat on the bed, and looked at Vera. Vera noticed him and freaked out, and then he freaked out. Crazy. And
I want to say, would you
bedroom.
not freak out if you're just in your room, like alone in the dark, and you just like look over and some dude is just sitting on your bed staring at you?
Yeah, that would be pretty freaky. But he runs out of the bedroom. She chases after him, tosses him over the couch, and pins him to the
couch
floor.
was overturned. Yes.
Yes.
And we overturned it again.
Yes. I do remember Agiho and Chiho.
Oh my God, trying on fucking fade outfits. God
Yes.
damn it.
And looking at all her magazines.
And looking at all her magazines, yes. And also doing a thorough investigation of their own.
Yes.
Chiho did rip part of Vera's outfit. I wasn't
Alright.
witness to that, but I think that's what happened.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I don't know because I didn't see it.
Akiho also found something of Vera's in a desk.
Oh yeah, that diary.
Diary.
None of us paid attention to that. We didn't even know it was there.
So
Nope.
only Akiho is privy to that information.
He's just like, huh, puts it back in.
Don't want anything to do with this.
I feel like more than anything, like even more than ripping, maid outfits, if Vera learned someone looked through her diary, she would murder them.
She would just murder
Yeah,
them.
it would also be kind of hard to hide since it has a lock on it, if you remember. So you'd have to
Yeah.
bust the lock.
Sora was playing lazy on the couch, and while Megumi wasn't looking, she was distracted by something else. He,
Got a
Yeah.
quick feel.
yeah, he kind of felt you up.
As any sane man would do.
You know, honestly, I don't think Sora in his right mind would do that necessarily. At least not in the sight of everyone.
Well, yeah, maybe.
After we thoroughly investigated, I think Lucilia and Vera did come back, and just curious if we actually found anything. We went to talk to Judas about actually finding out what each other's powers are, but apparently they don't even know, or at least he doesn't.
And all I know is that he called Chiho weird, and that was not okay.
More and more things mounting up against him in your mind. He is definitely
Yes.
negative hearts for Akio.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, if that's everything, does anyone want to add anything else?
I think that was it, right? Also, I got like
Oh.
40 XP or some shit. I can't remember.
after we ate,
Oh yeah, you got like 60 points. Yeah, I remember that.
before we actually went up to investigate the room, we ate, and then Vera showed up, got some food sneakily, sort of. And
More like no one paid attention, but yeah.
Megumi went to take some to Max.
Yeah. I took because I kept calling him inmate.
There was a moment, and yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to the game, or starting the game rather, we are
Yes.
starting that everyone has just now gone to bed. It is, and I have to ask all of you, would any of you have left your window open during the night? Any windows?
Yeah, I'd sleep with my window open to get a nice breeze in.
I'd have it slightly ajar so it would be unlocked. Yes.
Okay.
Fresh air is good. The emo even know this.
What about what about you, Karu? Would you leave your window open? Or would it stay firmly shut?
I would. So I would have it open while meditating, if I was meditating. But if I'm not, because of the ocean waves and stuff crashing on the ocean, traditional.
All right.
Yeah.
So you would have it open before you went to sleep, but you would close it afterwards.
Yes.
Or yeah, okay. Well, good. Then you apply. Okay, so
Great.
it is now late in the evening. All of you have done all of your investigating, and you're sitting in your rooms, contemplating what could possibly be going on, when all of a sudden all three of you hear things like and then all of a sudden just a whole bunch of birds rush into your rooms.
No. What the fuck?
What the frick?
Let me do some rolls in the background. Okay. Akiho, there are at least 10 birds in your room.
Oh my gosh, so many birds.
Megumi, there are at least 7 birds in your room.
That's 7 birds too many.
And Karu, 4 little songbirds fly into your room and kind of just perch somewhere. And Megumi,
okay.
the birds are just flapping all over the place, running into drapes, feathers everywhere, knocking stuff over tables. Same with you, Akiho. There's just birds everywhere. Bird smacks in your face. There's an owl in there.
Yeah, I'd be probably yelling, telling like get out, and like swatting at the birds and trying to shoo them out.
You hear from the room across from you, also Akiho, like, birds everywhere.
Oh God. I need to clean up this mess and then go check on Shiho.
Your room is totaled. There were 10 birds in there.
Jesus.
All the birds.
All of the birds. Megumi,
Fantastic.
birds, lots of birds, flapping. One kind of sits on your head. Little like blue jay songbird lands on your head.
I'm immediately screaming just Lawrence at the top of my lungs because I blame him. I don't know. He is the Lord of Birds to me in my mind, in my like sleep-addled mind.
You just have a songbird sitting in your head, and as soon as you scream like the bird kind of flaps away and like kind of does a once around the room, coos at you, and flies out the window, and then a bunch of the other birds like just start sitting on places. Karu, there are still 4 the 4 songbirds just sitting in your room. One of them lands on your shoulder, and they're just all like cooing to each other, like chirping to each other.
So I'm gonna be a surprised that there are birds all of a sudden in the room, but they're not like freaking out. They're not flapping around or anything.
Not in
It's still
not in particular. That one does kind of like knock over your boken though. You know, it like flies around and like goes to land on it, and it lands on top of it, but it can't carry the bird's weight, so it just falls over, and then it's like tunk, and then it goes like flap, and then like lands on the desk.
I'm gonna kind of.
One lands and starts kind of pecking at your your sword fighting outfit that you bring. It kind of lands next to that and just starts kind of picking at it.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and move towards the window.
Okay.
Gonna kind of look out, see if there's anything. Are the birds still on me?
The bird that was on you as soon as you move kind of gets up and flaps and then perches on your bed railing and just looks at you. And it just kind of, you can tell this one is a pigeon, just a straight seagull or pigeon. And it's just like staring at you doing the bird head tilt thing going crrr, crrr, crrr.
So I'm going to grab my bogan. I'm going to. I don't know if they can understand me. I'm gonna point to the window and I'll say, "Get out."
Just kind of looks at you. Whenever you move the stick towards it, it kind of gets up and flaps away and flies to another corner and lands next to another songbird.
Gosh dang it. I'm gonna try to brush him out the window, kind of brush him towards the window.
Okay, you don't have any kind of animal taming, do you?
I do not. Nope.
Okay, let's see what that's related to. I think that's gonna be a soul, but let me check. Yeah, give me a soul.
Fine.
The birds are stubborn. They don't want to go, but there's only a few of them, so it takes about 10 minutes, but you manage to shoo them out the window and immediately close it afterwards.
Okay. So I close it, and I'm like, all right, where's Lawrence?
Megumi, you're screaming at Lawrence, and there's birds just going crazy in your room, just flapping all around.
I need to go and find Lawrence. I am going to.
You just leave the birds in there?
Yes, I leave the
Okay.
birds in there. I take a big, like, one of my sheets and cover myself with it.
Okay. Okay. So you're going out your door to go find Lawrence?
Yeah, wearing just a sheet,
When
like wrapped around.
oh, you're wearing just a sheet?
Yeah, like I wrap it around me.
Oh, saucy. That's saucy.
Yeah.
Okay, as soon as you open the door, one of the birds flies into the hallway and just starts flapping around, like just back and forth through the hallway, like it's trying to find a way out.
I don't understand it.
Akio, how do you what do you do?
At least I'll
I have like no animal handling. I have no idea what to do necessarily. So Akio is just kind of like swatting at the birds, telling them to get out, get out.
It's not going great. Go ahead and give me a soul. We'll see if it's actually going good. You actually managed to get some birds moving in the right direction.
All right, cool.
And at one point, eventually, one of them goes out the window, and the rest just kind of follow afterwards.
As soon as the last one's out, I'm just gonna slam and lock my window.
Okay. You still hear from the other room, get out, get out, get out, and then you hear the door slam.
Yeah, I'm gonna go immediately in that direction.
You go out in the hallway and you see Chiho just covered in feathers, just her hair just a mess.
I'm just gonna walk over to her and just be like, "Are you alright, Chiho?" You know, and just like put my hand on like one hand on her shoulder to comfort her, and then the other hand to like I'll be trying to pick the feathers out of her hair.
She kind of looks up at you and with the puppy dog child looking up at their mother, and her lip is kind of quivering. She's like, I'm fine.
Oh man, I just pulled up her picture to try to like get a better image of that in my head, and that's so so freaking adorable.
So sad.
And she's just like, there's birds in my room. I don't know what's going on.
All right, well, stay out here. As after I've like picked most or all of the feathers out, I'm gonna go try to shoo them out of her room as well.
Okay, let me see.
Because I think I'm pretty good at it after what I did in my room.
All right, go ahead and give me a soul with the +1 for you knowing how to handle a bird crisis now. See,
Okay.
it seems there's an equal amount of birds.
That's a 10.
So that's a
Plus-
normal
plus
yeah,
one?
that was 10.
The birds aren't quite as eager to go out in here. It takes you some time.
Okay.
They don't seem quite nearly as motivated. Not sure why. Alright,
Well, I just keep going until I finally get the last one out.
seems like there were about as many birds in her room as yours. So Karu, you shoo all the birds out, and you hear a knock on your door, just a, knock, like knock knock knock,
Okay.
and
I've
you
closed the window, right?
yeah, you
Okay,
hear Vera's voice through the door, and she says, "Is everything okay in there, Karu?"
I go to the door and I open it.
You see Vera in kind of like pajamas, which is kind of odd. You're used to seeing her in her maid outfit, but she's in pajamas, and she's just like, she's kind of looking at you with just that blank stare.
There were some birds. They're gone now. I was thinking maybe Lawrence needed something, but I can't understand the birds, so.
Okay. And she just kind of turns around and goes back into her room. And she says, as long as all is well. And then she just closes the door.
I mean, okay.
Let me double check one more thing. La 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 la. Ah. All right, guys, give me a high or low.
Hi.
Always high.
Yes. Hi.
You hear from one of the lower floors, Akiho, and let's see, Chiho, maybe Megumi. Wait, let's see which one is on the lower floor.
Well, I guess Max would be.
No, Megumi. You hear from a faint from a floor, at least a couple floors below yours, just like a boom, like a far away.
But you said from my
Yeah.
floor far away?
No, from
Oh.
floors below. Like it just kind of subtly comes up through the stairwell, just a boom.
I'll head that direction, dragging my my sheet.
Akiho, you are on the same floor as Lawrence.
Am I?
I believe you are.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot. I only remember
Lawrence.
Chiho.
Yep.
Okay. Well, after I finish Chiho's room and like shut and lock the window and go out to double check on her one more time.
She's still like picking feathers out of her hair.
Okay, I'll stick with her a little bit longer because do I hear anything from Lawrence's area?
No.
Okay, no.
You give me a
My
mind
first priority
check.
is Chiho.
Give me a mind check, I guess. The door's open.
Okay. Well, I'll keep, I guess, an eye on it, like out of the corner of my eye or something. But I'll pay more attention to Chiho.
You don't see anyone in the room. The door's just kind of open.
Weird. All right, yeah.
So likely not in there. Oh right, I forgot there was one other. Okay. But Megumi, where are you going? And
Oh,
Karu, what
that
are you doing?
that thud?
Down low, on the lower
Okay.
floor.
I need to go to elevator. Is it
Okay.
in use? Do I see that it's in use? Because you see the lights and shit.
No, not right now.
Okay, good. That means I can take it freely.
All right. So where are you going?
Down. I guess I'm go. Well, shit. What the fuck? Lawrence's room is lower, right? How much lower?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
2 floors
I'll
down,
head
I
there
think.
first. Yeah, I'll head there first because he's still in charge of the birds.
Yeah, you are on floor 13, so you would actually have to go up 2 floors.
Oh, okay. Well then, no. I'm gonna go towards the thud.
Okay,
I guess
then that is down.
first floor, right?
First floor, okay, to the lobby?
Yeah.
Okay. Karu, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go see Lawrence because I figured the birds means he's.
Okay, one of the elevators seems to be going down in use, and it seems to be going down, and the other one is open.
Okay, well I'll take the other one then.
All right, where are you going?
Which floor is Lawrence on? He's what?
He's
10?
on floor 15.
Oh, okay. I go to floor 15 then.
Okay. And Akiho, what are you doing? Still comforting Chiho or what?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll go with Karu first. You go down to the 15th floor, and by the way, the hallways, the lights aren't on. It's just that the lights that light it up just enough to see. It's around 12.
Okay.
11 or 12ish, and so it's pretty dark, but you see Akiho and Chiho kind of just sitting in the lobby with Chiho, just like Chiho being like I didn't know birds did that. I mean, I guess they really were really cold or something. And Akiho's just like picking feathers out of her hair.
I'm just at a loss. I have no idea. I guess maybe
And
birds do that. I've never seen them do that though.
Yeah, you hear the ding of the elevator, and you see. At first, it just looks like a shape of a person, but as it walks closer, you can tell it's Karu.
Oh, Karu, what's going on?
Well, I was thinking that Lawrence. I look at Chiho.
Her hair is all messed up.
Yeah.
She's in like jammies, like short shorts and a sports bra kind of thing.
I see I'm not the only one that had birds enter the room. Well, I was going to ask Lawrence if he needed something, but this seems like a bigger issue.
Yeah, I don't know why, but bird just came through our windows. Chiho's and mine just flew everywhere.
Birds everywhere. There must have been like dozens.
making such a mess.
My room is destroyed.
You two all right?
I mean, relatively. I'm doing pretty good, but Chiho's a little bit of a mess, as I say, as I pick one feather obviously and drop it.
I kind of ran into a wall.
Oh. Well.
I panicked a little.
Well. It could be worse, I guess. Where is
Yeah.
Lawrence?
I don't know. I guess all of our doors would be open because as I came out, I wouldn't really bother to shut mine, and as I came out of Chiho's,
Yeah.
I wouldn't bother to shut hers.
Okay, so all of the doors are open except the one.
I don't actually know which room Lawrence's is. Which one is Lawrence's?
That one, and I point to one of them.
The right one. You point to the
The-
right one.
I point to the right one.
Yeah.
I go to knock on the door.
It's
No, I
completely
just
open.
pointed at one random one. Just
Oh,
I'm joking.
The door is open.
so I knock and it goes. Eh. I'm just like, oh, it's wait. Is it dark in there?
Yeah.
I turn the light on.
You don't see anyone there. The room is well made, though. It's very neat, and you see pictures all over the wall of drawings, and you just see a sketch pad on the table. But
Sketch
other
pad.
than that, yeah. What was that?
You said there was a sketch pad on the table. I was wondering
Yeah.
if. Okay. Is it just blank?
No, it has a drawing of like a waterfall on it, and like a tree with rocks behind it. You vaguely can tell that it's a sketch of Leon's
Leon's.
thing.
Yeah.
It seems like a half done line sketch though.
Did you guys see Lawrence?
No, I came out
Chiho
and
just
only Chiho's out here.
Chiho's just shaking her head.
He's not in his room.
Wait, what?
Also, the drawing is pretty good.
Decent. As I use my lack of artistic talent to judge.
Better than me. I
I thought he was in his room like the rest of us.
I'm gonna check the roof real quick. I will be right back.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
you're okay. So you're going to the roof.
Yes.
Okay. Megumi, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, going
Oh.
to you. You go to the lobby, and unlike the rest of the building, the lobby is lit. The lights are on.
You're lit.
And whenever you step out of the elevator, you see Lawrence sitting on the couch, just kind of snickering, just like. and he sees you and he says, "Hey, Megumi."
So he's just sitting there snickering?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Can I attempt like a soul check to see if he's in his right goddamn mind? Because this isn't a Lawrence type behavior.
Go ahead.
Oh wait, why'd I click on Lawrence? I need to click on me. Soul, right?
Just give me a soul.
Oh wait, you know what? Fuck that. Mine. If I walk towards his shadow
You can do that.
and telepathy him, cause what in the fuck?
Nice.
Are you doing like a deep tell me your secrets thing, or just like what is he thinking?
What is he thinking? Like I'm not getting deep, but I just want surface emotion and stuff.
His surface emotions are let's go into game 2.
Okay, hang on. Let me. Dang. Later, suckers. Okay, what is it?
He's basically thanking like this is so great, this is so funny, this will take the edge off of everyone. Maybe everyone can relax.
I'm okay.
And
that's
also internal laughter.
I have not heard him ever laugh like that though, correct?
It's kind of just like a
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's weird. All right.
kind of like giggling,
All right.
like trying to hold back laughing as
Sure
he
thing.
sees you. But yeah,
Someone.
Okay.
he's like, uh, what's wrong, Megumi?
I'm just gonna start yelling. Do you realize what time it is, and what you're using your power for at this hour? Do you think this is a responsible use for it? Like, so I'm gonna start yelling, I guess, as loud as I can, like angrily.
Okay. Still reading his thoughts. Let's just go ahead and go back to game 2.
Oh shit. Okay. I thought it clicked. All right. There you go.
Go ahead and give me another soul roll. Or
Alright,
actually,
hang
you
on.
don't even have to if you want to just straight be reading his mind.
Yeah, I am.
You start laying into him, and he goes from like snickering to just like blank face to kind of frowning, and his mind was, he's just like, oh wow, she's not reacting the way I thought she would. Oh maybe she's right, maybe I messed up. Then he's like, then it's like, oh no, I messed up. And Lawrence is like, I just thought it'd be, and as you're laying into him, he's just like, I just thought it'd be funny, and then he's like, I mean, I didn't mean to, and then he's like, I'm sorry.
All right.
Are you saying anything else?
I'm just like hands on my hip, and I'm just gonna start shaking my head like no, like I can't believe you right now. What made you think this was a good idea? Just sending birds. Isn't this inconsiderate to the birds too? Like now I'm going from like yelling at the top of my lungs to kind of like lecturing mom kind of bullshit.
He's like, I don't know. It just kind of occurred to me. I just thought it popped in my head, and I thought it'd be a good idea. I'm sorry. And around this time, you hear the elevator ding, and you see Safra coming out of the elevator with like a few feathers in her hair, with just like a slight frown, kind of doing that angry mom walk.
Oh, okay, good. Saffron's here.
And
oh look, thank God a teacher's here, I say sarcastically.
And she walks up, and I guess we can go back to game 1.
Yep. I'm back.
So Safra walks up, and she's just like, she walks up to Lawrence, and she's like, Lawrence, what has gotten into you? What in the right mind did you think that would be a good idea?
That's what I'm telling him. I'm saying, agreeing with the teacher, unfortunately.
And Lawrence is just looking back and forth between you guys, and Megumi, go ahead and give me a soul roll. You see like little tears start to well up in the edge of his eyes, and Safra's just laying into him hard. Like you probably didn't even know Safra had a this side in her. She just looks very moody, just like, Lawrence, you are a young adult, and you should know better than to be trying to pull stupid kid pranks. And things like, did you ever consider that some people are trying to sleep, and things like that. And at this point, Lawrence just gets up, and and he's just like, I'm sorry. And then he just starts sprinting, and he just sprints out the door, out of the hotel. Around this time, the elevator dings again, and you see Isabella walk out. And she's just holding two birds. And she just looks up at everyone confused. They're very burnt birds, by the way. She just looks up
Oh no.
and drops them on the floor, and she kind of does the kid head tilt thing, and she just said, "Birds attacked me, but I'm okay."
I'm not there, or else I would comfort.
I would just, I want to comfort, but I'm terrified of this little girl, especially if she's got like a still smoking bird.
Oh gosh.
Well,
Safra just looks at Lawrence kind of sighs, and she's just like, well, someone should probably go after him.
Fine, I say. I'll do your job. I storm off with my sheet. I like being a bitch.
Safra goes over to starts walking over to Isabella, and she just puts her arm around Isabella and is like, well, it's okay. You took care of those mean birds, didn't you? And Isabella's like, yeah. As you start to walk out the door. Karu, you go up to the roof, and it is completely pitch black on the roof, but you don't see anyone up there immediately.
Okay. Well, that's good. No one's up here.
Do you want to do what do you want to do now? Now that you don't really see anyone on the roof?
Well, if Lawrence, I was kind of expecting Lawrence to be on the roof. I kind of look around. I know I can't see much. What is so there's no light. Is it a new moon or whatever? Cloudy.
Nude moon.
Let's see. It was a crescent moon the other night, so it's kind of like a half moon now.
Okay. All right. And there's no one here. Well, okay. All right. Well, there's no one here. So I guess. Oh crap! Where do I go? I guess I'll go back down to my floor at this point.
Okay, so you just walk down to your floor.
Yeah.
Alright, well, it's the same scene that greeted you whenever you walked out. It's just darkly lit hallway. It doesn't seem like Vera or Lucilia have left their rooms.
Okay.
Well, actually, you do see Vera in full maid uniform just kind of sitting in the lobby. Not the lobby, but the little chair in the middle. And then she doesn't say anything to you. She just kind of nods as you get close.
I'll ask if she's waiting on something.
She just shakes her head and she says, "No, not really."
Okay. I'm assuming no birds got into your room.
She says, "Well, I wouldn't know about that, but I don't hear any, so I suppose not."
All right then. Um, Curious question: how does information get between you and, well, you?
Mm, She kind of frowns and she says, "Well, why do you want to know that?"
Well, if I told, say, if I told you something, would she automatically know it, or would it have to be told through you as well?
She kind of shifts a little and she just looks up at you and she says, "Well, let's just say it's safe to assume that everything I know she knows."
Okay. Well, apparently there have been multiple birds attacks throughout the. Well, I say attacks. There's been multiple bird entries throughout the building.
You make that sound so criminal. Multiple bird entries.
Multiple bird entries. Well, it's true.
There have been incursions by multiple bird forces throughout this
Okay,
complex.
CNN. Incursion. God.
And she says, "I see. Well, we tend to keep our rooms secured, so I doubt that happened."
I just didn't know if you did seen anything happen to. I guess nothing happened in Lucilia's or your room. So, but
Not, not that I know of. No.
just I guess keep your windows closed so you don't have more bird attacks.
That would be quite troubling. Thank you.
There we go.
Anything else?
Well, we can't seem to find Lawrence. That would be our second problem.
You guys are downstairs, right?
No, we're on the 20th floor.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
he is on the
Alright.
20th floor.
So you can't hear me yelling after him.
Nope.
No.
Damn.
What is Vera doing on the 20th floor?
the room where her room is on. That's-
Oh, right. I totally forgot. I thought she was on a lower floor. I was so confused for a
No.
second. I was like,
No,
what?
she wants to be as close to Lucilia as she can.
No. I understand. I just totally brain farted and thought her and Lucilia were at a lower floor.
Yeah.
No, alright.
Vera says, "Well, have you checked his room?
Yes.
Have you checked the lobby?"
I have not checked the lobby. I saw a sketch of his of the memorial from Leon, so I assumed he may have been on the roof, but he wasn't there. So I guess that will be my next place to look. So I will do that then.
She just gives you a nod and she says, "Very well then."
So I suppose I will see you maybe shortly. I don't know.
Perhaps.
Oh. If not, good night.
She just kind of bows to you.
Alright. I guess I'm gonna take the elevator to the lobby.
Okay, Akiho, you are still with Chiho. What are you planning on doing?
I
It
mean,
is still
once,
pretty late, but yeah, are you gonna go look for Lawrence, or what do you plan on doing?
Well, once we get Chiho looking presentable and probably brush our hairs out, we'll start looking around for everyone else.
Okay.
I don't know whether they'd be up or down, so I might any mini miny mo.
Go ahead.
Um,
Roll something, I guess. To figure
there's
it
20 floors.
out. Yes.
Wait, I was about to roll 1d20 and be like, I go to that floor.
Yeah.
I'll do 1d2. I don't know.
I go to
Okay.
the second floor.
Well, I was just thinking I might go to the lobby or the roof because I think Karo said he was
Yeah,
going to the
Karu
roof.
was going to the roof.
So I go to the lobby.
Okay. So you notice one of the elevators is going down. You can just hop in the other one. And
Yeah.
So Karu and Akiho and as well as Chiho, you get to the lobby and you see Isabella standing beside Safra, who's kind of just leaning over her with her arm around her shoulder, just like talking to her. And you see 2 dead birds on the ground, very singed. That's what you see as well, Karu.
Was Isabella here?
Yeah,
Oh, she's still here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
she's talking with Safra.
Eve, is it evening?
No, it's like midnight.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So I suppose you also had birds in your room.
Isabella just turns around and looks at you and says, "Yeah."
Apparently, multiple people got hit with birds. Do either of you see Lawrence?
Safra says he ran outside. Megumi went after him.
In the dark. Okay. Probably should go and find him. All right. Well, thank you for letting me know.
Thank you. I yell with a wave to Safra as like Chiho and I assume we'll just follow Karo. We'll meet up with Megumi.
All
Get the
right.
crew together.
Chiho is just kind of following you. She does that head tilt thing that reminds you very similar to what one of the birds did whenever you tried to shoo it out of the room. And she's like, "We're going outside? Oh, okay."
Well, let's see what Karo and Megumi are doing. They're going to check on Lawrence. We should see if Lawrence is all right?
Yeah, I guess so. Safra calls out, "Be careful, don't trip or anything. It's dark out."
Don't worry, I have dark vision as my eyes bleed red.
Oh God.
I don't have any way of seeing.
Is
Oh.
the paths are lit,
Oh, okay.
but
Well, actually, I think we're going off the path. I think.
Isabella just kind of waves at you, Akiho, as you leave. She doesn't seem to be following.
That's fair. I wave back at Isabel.
All right, Megumi. Back to you.
All right.
Lawrence has run out the door, basically sobbing. And you see him. You chase after him, and
I couldn't hear what you said, and you cut out for me.
I said that he chases after him, and you see him winding down through the path, heading towards the little forest walkway path that Judas always takes a run on, and you remember seeing him doing portraits. This is Megumi only. And you know that, it is dark inside that forest. There doesn't seem to be any lit path.
I can't see.
You do see like a little owl land on his shoulder though, or like flying beside him.
Where are you going? I tell him, kind of still sassy.
I'm gonna restart Discord. Y'all keep cutting out.
Okay.
You say that as you're running after him?
Yeah.
He just shouts back at you, I don't know, and he just, almost trips over a tree root, and he just runs into the forest.
Well, what do you think going out in the dark is gonna do? Come back inside already. I'm not gonna be the only one looking for you, you know.
He kind of stops on the path, and he turns around. By the way, give me some kind of body or balance or something kind of check.
That'll be a body. Yeah,
you managed
baby.
You managed to not trip over anything, even though it's really dark, and you can't really see where you're putting your feet. He was sprinting pretty hard, so you kind of see where you ended up. It's at that same little point that he always goes to draw, that kind of cliff overlook. And he turns around and he looks at you, and he just says, I don't want anyone to yell at me anymore.
Well, I'm done yelling. Now let's go back inside. Who knows? It's been raining and the weather's all been weird, and there's probably those cat things all over the place.
He shakes his head and he says, there aren't any cat things nearby.
You know what I mean. Just get inside. I don't want to have to pull your ear like I'm your mother. Come on, let's go.
Give me an intimidation.
Excellent. Street. Okay, so instead of your mother, I would say like your mama.
Like your mama.
That's still not much. Yeah, it doesn't translate that well, but still, I got what, 9?
9. Yeah. He's reluctant at first, but he kind of looks at his feet and he's like, oh, okay. And he starts walking beside you or behind you with his head down. And he's like, I'm really sorry. I thought it was I don't know what I thought.
All right, I'm gonna restart my computer. I don't know why it's I can't hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you 50% of the time.
That's strange. Can everyone else hear me fine?
Yes.
I can hear you fine.
Okay, I don't know.
And I have multiple instances of porn in the background. No, I don't. Just one. No, I was kidding. So, do I get him back with that?
He does start walking with you, yes. He's not running away anymore.
I'm going to let him get ahead of me.
He
just
doesn't,
so I can watch.
He doesn't seem to
watch
to. He seems to kind of be walking behind you. It seems like you would probably have to force him to get you to go in front of you.
Fine.
Meanwhile, an owl land perches on a tree beside you. All you can really see are its like glowing eyes look at you, and it just go, whoo, 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 and then it just flaps away and flies away. Kind of disconcerting in that it's pitch black and all you see is eyes thing. But yeah.
Yeah, but that's an owl, and
That's an owl. You know what it is, but
yeah, owl.
you realize you're in the forest and
Yeah.
it's just black.
Let's go, Lawrence. You know what? Just so I'm sure, I'm going to be sweet, and I'll have the sheet. I'll hold it close to me with one hand while I offer him my other hand, and we walk back like friends. Will that work?
he that works. He still looks kind of sullen, but he's walking beside you now.
Okay.
And while you two are walking back, he says, "Hey, Megumi, I know this is probably a bad time to ask.
What is it?
He he just kind of kicks his feet as he's walking, and he says, "I know this is probably a stupid idea too, but I don't know. I've been thinking, when we're all gone, we won't really have any thing to remember each other by. So I was kind of thinking that I wanted to like draw a portrait of everyone, and I was kind of thinking I want you to be first."
Wait, what? What did I miss when we're all gone?
We're in love now. He somehow got 6 hearts, my maximum. You know?
They went in that forest alone, and
Yeah.
things happened.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough, man.
It's a mystical forest of love.
And birds were involved. It was crazy. That's sweet. I'm going to immediately blush red, like in this darkness. Like it's notable red, anime red in this darkness.
It's so bright red that it lights up. And he says, "So, yeah, it's probably a stupid idea too. Like, all I have is stupid ideas."
No, it's not. It's a sweet idea. But you can only do that if we can get back. We are going the right way, right? I ask him.
Yeah. I think so. I can't really see. But he says that, but you guys seem to manage to get back. You see Karu and Akiho and Chiho start walking out of the building, and Chiho's like, "It's really dark. I don't and she trips over something. Karu and Akiho, all of you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You walk out of the building and it's pretty black. You don't see the paths are lit up, but you don't see anyone immediately.
Okay. Well, we are aware of his painting spot, so I wanted to check there first.
Okay. Akiho, are you just following Karu?
Yes, because I don't believe I'm aware of his painting spot.
Okay. You start walking in the direction of the woods, and around the time you start getting to where the lights from the path start dimming away, you see Megumi and Lawrence walking out of the forest, holding hands.
Oh, hey guys.
Lawrence is just
Stopped abruptly.
Lawrence is just like looking at his feet.
I'll stop abruptly and then kind of like obviously like look at Megumi, look at Lawrence, look at their hand, like move my head to look at their hand.
Do I pick? I guess I'm gonna pick
Give me
that
a
up.
soul. Give me a soul.
Yeah.
It's a very obvious soul, but oh yeah, you pick it up.
And then just like the biggest smile on my face as I'll then like just whisper to Chiho, like holding up my hand to her ear.
Like, what?
Wait, no, it's not like that at all.
Lawrence does that thing where he like lets go of your hand and like jumps back, like ah.
I just whisper to Chiho and then laugh
What do you whisper to Chiho?
or giggle. Just like, well, they seem rather close, don't they?
Chiho giggles too.
Well, we heard you guys ran off. We were trying to find you. Seems we went the right direction. Are you both okay?
I'd say.
Lawrence is just red. Just like red. But he's not saying anything.
Yeah. God, you guys are dirty-minded. Let's just go. Back inside. There's no reason we should be having this discussion outside.
There is a slight breeze and it is quite cold, especially since you're basically wearing a sheet.
Oh, right, I forgot.
Yeah. Yeah, I am basically wearing a sheet. Well, a sheet and like, you know, the little kind of... No, it's just a sheet. Pretty sure.
Just a sheet.
Just a sheet.
Just
Yeah.
nothing underneath the sheet at all, just a
Because I
sheet.
have stated I have slept naked. Yeah, I have stated that in the past. So shit. Yeah, it's just a sheet.
Okay.
Whatever. I have it. Well, now that I have both my
You-
hands, it's wrapped up.
You also can just make yourself like just black underneath the sheet, so
If I need to, yeah.
if you need to.
I don't need to.
Okay, but yeah, it is kind of chilly, Megumi. It's quite chilly. With it being the slight breeze coming off the ocean and the slight saltiness in the air. It's actually very, very refreshing. And the fresh scent of just after rain mixing with the ocean, and you can hear the waves in the background. It's quite nice, but still very chilly.
Yeah, let's head in.
All right,
So maybe we can warm ourselves up.
So Lawrence and the rest of you just go inside, I suppose? Go into the lobby? And you get into the brightly lit lobby, and Isabella is sitting on a couch, swinging her feet back and forth because her feet don't touch the floor. And you see Safra throwing away something in the trash cans. And then
Oh.
like wiping her hands, just like, yeah.
That's funny.
And she's like, "Oh, you made it back all right. Is everyone okay? You didn't catch a cold or anything, did you?" Safra walks up to all of you and looks all of you up and down real fast.
No, we're good. And Lawrence and Megumi kept each other warm out there, so they're fine.
Hey, what do you mean by that? I'm giving the lightning eyes for a moment. You know what I mean? Back and forth.
Just like pretend confused smile. What do you mean? What do I mean?
Safra just kind of crosses her arms and she says, "Megumi, aren't you cold in that? Maybe you should go get changed."
Yeah, I'll do that. Besides, I'm not worried about anyone here. They know better. At least I hope so. I kind of give Akiho a stare.
Aren't you going?
Haru is honorable, and I know that he may be looking, but he is too like straight edge and honorable to like say anything. Cause Honoru, that's so hot.
All right. So I guess you go to leave.
Yeah, I'll go to leave.
The rest of you are sitting in the lobby with Lawrence, and Lawrence is still kind of just looking at his feet, just like not saying anything.
Lawrence, do you know why there was birds in most of, well, in a few of our rooms, by chance?
He just kind of goes, yeah.
So, why were there birds?
Uh, he kind of fiddles with his thumbs and he's like, just says, I thought it'd be a funny prank to make everyone calm down and not be so, I don't know, uptight all the time.
Well, maybe I only had like 4 birds in my room and they hardly did anything. But it sounded like there were a couple rooms that were filled with birds that were a little bit. Hey, look at Chiho. A little bit more. Had a little more coverage. So maybe it was a little much.
Safra is standing there and she says, well, Lawrence, the sentiment was sweet, but the execution was just very wrong.
I mean, um,
Safra leans back and yawns and just goes, well, I'm still tired, so I'm heading back to bed.
And in all of this, we never saw Sora, correct?
You never saw Sora? No.
yeah.
That's true. Though I thought it was. I didn't. You know what? That's not. That hasn't crossed my mind.
You did not see Sora, nor the only people you saw are the people you saw.
Yep.
There wasn't Max, Lucilia, or Vera.
I mean, I can only hope that Lucilia was actually just sleeping in her room. She didn't even notice anything. But
Yeah, none of the other teachers came out or anything either, so.
Lawrence, did you come up with that on your own?
He kind of just like shuffles and he says, yeah.
Okay.
It was a stupid idea. I don't know why I thought of it.
Well, I would say it's an idea. Maybe it didn't work out as well as you'd hoped, but it's
No, it didn't. It didn't at all.
don't. I mean, like, don't. I guess don't wear down on yourself so much. Like, try to just because your first idea maybe didn't go so well, that doesn't mean the next one won't, right?
And he kind of nods and he's like, I'll keep that in mind.
I guess what I'm saying is if you do have an idea, maybe I don't know, maybe talk with someone just to see how they think about it too.
It was actually kind of spur of the moment. Kind of just popped in my head, and I thought it was a good idea, so I did it.
Well, maybe next time it will be better.
Isabella is just sitting there like just watching everyone talk, and she says I like birds, but not in my room.
Yeah. Getting our rooms messy was kind of not a nice move. You know? Uncomfortable smile, trying to also join in on scolding, but not having, like, the capability to scold.
Lawrence just says, "I'm sorry, everyone." And he says, "I'm gonna go check and make sure all the birds are okay."
Well, no one got hurt, so it's okay. Check on your birds, make sure all of them are alright.
He nods solemnly, and he starts, like dragging his feet towards the elevator.
Yeah, I guess we should all get some sleep since it is midnight.
And Lawrence kind of stops, and he sniffs, and he's like, "What's that smell?" And he looks around for a second, and he's like, "Huh." Then he just gets on the elevator.
He's not going to look for cooked bird? I would have thought that would have been delicious.
It just smells. It doesn't smell like cooked bird. It smells like just burnt, ashy smell.
Okay.
She did a number on them.
I'm sure.
Okay, well, I will use this opportunity to take a swift break and be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm back, and let's do this. So Lawrence just got in the elevator and left. Chiho also kind of just wanders into the elevator and goes up to her room. Karu, you are with Isabella, and I assume Akiho also goes to bed. So you are alone with Isabella in the lobby.
Alright, Isabella, we should probably head to bed. I'll make sure to get you the painting materials for tomorrow. So
she just kind of nods at you and hops off of the couch and follows you.
sorry it's been such a full day. I know you were kind of hanging around, kind of watching us, looking into Vera's and Max's issues, but I'll make sure to get the painting stuff to you tomorrow.
She just says, "It's okay, it was fun to watch." She says, Chiho and Akiho would be good maids.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. What do you mean by that?
She doesn't say anything.
Right. Okay. I guess I'll take your word for it. I don't know what floor Isabella stays on.
And she just hits her floor,
Okay.
and then she walks off the elevator, and you notice there's like a dim red glow throughout her hallway, with like lava lamp kind of lights all up and down.
Okay. She's in the lava floor. Okay. Or the volcano floor, I guess.
Then she just kind of
She's
waves
gotta
at
be-
you.
Alright.
Only Akiko is immune to the lava.
Have a good night, Isabella. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
See you in the morning.
All right, so the next day, whiffs around. Unless any of you want to do anything in the night.
Sleep.
Sleep.
Sleep. Okay, sleep. Sleep is a good option.
Keep the windows closed.
The windows are closed.
Thank goodness.
So you get to the next morning, and it's around 8 when you hear the announcement of there will be class held. The Kretsch comes over the intercom and he says, class will be held in an hour.
I groan.
Any special preparations from anyone?
I'm gonna look pretty. Hang on.
Roll for
I
pretty.
mean, I'm flawlessly pretty, but I guess it's seduction. Yeah. Booyah.
You seduce yourself quite well.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's features appearance. Yes.
Oh, you look gorgeous this morning.
Damn right I do.
Everyone notices how gorgeous you look this morning. They may not say it, but you can see it in their eyes. They're just like, oof, wow. Okay. There we. Well, like the rest of the times that you went into the class, went to class, it is the same as before. Only,
Get rid of him, you son of a bitch. God, your dick. Oh, there I am.
like all of the times previously, all of you meet up in the lobby, go get something to eat. You do see Sora this morning, and he kind of mentions everyone, like, what was the deal with those birds last night?
Don't worry about it. They're probably just trying to communicate with your bird brain.
He grabs his heart and he goes, "Ooh, ouch."
I've rolled my eyes at that. Expected Sora behavior.
He looks you up and down real fast and he says, "You look immaculate this morning."
I know. That's all he gets from me. He doesn't even get a thank you. Anyone else that says it will get a thank you. He will not.
He just kind of shrugs and he's like, "Mm." Okay, well, all of you start to head towards the classroom, I assume. Max is not with you.
He's still under quarantine. I'm
You would
assuming.
assume so. Go ahead and give me a body roll, Karu and Megumi, and Akiho, if you're around, you can also give me a body roll. If not, I'll just... there you go. For you.
Ah, clicked on the wrong guy.
Wait, hold on. What's going on?
I was having you roll a body roll. Alright, Karu and Megumi, as you're walking, as the big group of you is walking towards the classroom, you notice off to the side in the bushes in the rail, you see a little songbird. Well, not in the bushes, on the in the little shrubbery surrounding the hotel building. That's right next to the sidewalk. You see a little songbird just laying there dead, and a fairly large owl, kind of laying off to the side in the of the sidewalk, just also not moving.
The hell?
When you say they're not moving, like, are they like obviously dead? Or...
They're obviously dead, like they got thrown off of a balcony.
Oh.
Like Leon if he was a bird.
Oh, you bastard.
Maybe birds did get in the Ferris room. Does it look like they have any stab wounds?
No stab wounds. If you want to investigate further, you can give me a mind or a forensics if you have it.
I don't have forensics. Why would I have that? Gosh. Probably not.
They're dead. They fell. Probably broke most of their little bird bones. It's strange that they didn't fly away, but Megumi, do you want to look at them? Take a quick glance at them?
Yeah, that's weird, but
look.
What
well,
I see. My human eyes.
Give me. Oh well, you see dead birds. Yeah. Give me a forensic roll.
Oh right, okay. These birds weren't. Did it die? They were murdered.
They were. People die when they're killed. All right, Megumi, let's go to game 2. I'll give you some information.
Oh, hang on.
Okay, so you give them a quick once over as you walk by them, and at first, you know, it is kind of weird that there are dead birds on the sidewalk, but then you kind of take a quick stop and you look at them real quick and you're like, something doesn't seem right about this, you know. It's enough to get your attention, just 2 dead birds anyway.
Right.
But you figured with what happened last night, maybe, you know, something happened. But you take a closer look at the songbird and you notice that its head is kind of twisted around, you know, like they do with chickens.
Like manually, right?
Yeah, like it's just in the wrong direction. I mean, it's all broken up,
right?
But from the fall. But you notice that the neck position, if it did fall, it probably would have been like to the side or something. But no, it's like ringed all the way around. And as for the owl you see, its beak is a little cracked. Even though its like owl face is kind of like a not facing the ground. Like it would be laying on its back, but its beak is cracked. So, as if it hit something with its face.
Like full speed, it ran into something in its face.
Yeah, or something like that.
So it was like almost like it was forced to try and go through something.
Yeah, either that or something hit it. It hit its face with some force.
Okay.
All right, want to
Yeah.
go back?
Yeah, that's weird. Okay.
Lawrence just goes, "Oh no!"
Lawrence, you don't know anything about this, do you? That bird here, and I point to the one. That bird looks like it was it slammed full speed at something.
Lawrence goes, "Oh no, no!"
And what about that one? I said that it's obvious that this one's neck spun around almost like it was forced. Like someone forced his head off, like trying to twist off a chicken's neck.
Lawrence just goes, "That's horrible."
I'm saying this like nonchalant detective mode.
It's fucked up, dude.
I know. Monotone voice and everything.
Lawrence is just like walks over to the little songbird and like picks it up in his hands and he says, "This one just had 2 chicks." And he starts like crying a little, and he says, "Who's gonna feed them now?"
Well, who do you think?
Eh,
You know where they're at. The chicks are, right?
he says she never told me.
Well, it looks like we have some detective work to do. I sigh.
And Lucilia is also there, and everyone else is there. By the way, except everyone is there except for Max and the teachers. And oh crap, what was I gonna say? Right. Okay, that's not what I was gonna say. Lucilia says, wait, no, Lawrence says, and and uh, and 2 of the birds still haven't gotten back to me. 2 of them are missing. Lawrence seems very, very upset. uh, and he walks over to the owl and he says, "This one was just telling me the other day how proud it was that last year it found like a baby ocelot and picked it up and took it. It was so proud of that." And he's just like going into the personal life of these birds, um, in a very melodramatic fashion. And he's like, "They still had so much life." And Lucilia walks up to you, Megumi, and she says, uh, "Are you trying to insinuate something about these birds, that they were placed here?"
Perhaps they were placed here. I don't know to be sure, because one of them looks like maybe it hit a glass window, but that one, that's not the case. I point to the twisted one.
Uh, she looks at it and she says, "That couldn't have just happened during the fall."
That's the fall. Fall referring to what the hell was it? Like when the thing yesterday, right? That they just came down.
Yeah, that they fell.
Okay.
She says basically what she means is it looks like they fell.
Is that accurate or no? Based on
it-
my forensics.
Based on your
Because-
forensics, they definitely fell, but it's odd
Yeah, but-
that the owl hit something face first, and then fell in the way it did, and you would have expected it to fall face first and look like that. And also, the songbird looks like its neck was just completely ringed around, and then like tossed. Maybe not tossed, but it looks like its neck is definitely not in a position where it would be if it just fell.
So I'll point that out. I was like, yeah, the rest of the trauma is based off of a fall, but not this and this. The twisted neck and the contusion on where it slammed into something, or something slammed into it. That was done post. What was it? Post mortem. No. That was done pre-mortem. That was not. This was not the cause of death.
Chiho is just like,
Or the fall was not the cause of death. It's just another factor.
Chiho just says, "That's so horrible. Who would do that to a bird?"
Don't know.
Sora just says, "Wasn't me."
I don't know. So Lawrence, you have no idea where these chicks are?
He's over there like leaning on the ground, just kind of weeping a little, and he just looks up at you with tears in his eyes, and he just shakes his head.
Guess nature will. I just mumble, so he can't hear me. Guess nature will just have to take its course then.
Oh,
It's kind of brutal.
brutal.
I mean, I'm mumbling that now, but I have a different idea. Once he stops crying, because shit needs to happen to save the baby birds. But instead, he's crying. I'll wait for that to pass.
All right. Vera walks up and she says, "As tragic as this is, I do believe we still have to get to class." Lucilia nods and she says, "Indeed, she is correct. I would hate to be late."
Yes, let's go. Something we can do for these birds now.
Isabella kind of goes over to Lawrence and kind of like awkwardly pats him on the back and says, "It's okay, Lawrence." And Lawrence slowly gets up, wiping away his tears. All right. If that's all, then we will proceed into the classroom.
All right.
Well, you walk into the classroom and you see Kretch sitting at his little podium, standing at his little podium, and you see Max sitting on the floor, right here, right beside Judas and Safra, who are sitting very close to him. And he's just kind of Max is just kind of sitting at the floor, and Kretch looks up at all of you, and he looks at his watch, and he says, I was worried that all of you were going to be late. Well, then take your seats."
Alright, I'll do that. Hang on. That's my character sheet.
Max looks fairly miserable.
As he should.
Sora, seeing the free seat, kind of nonchalantly moves up the desk.
Who's that? Whose was that? That was nobody's, was it?
That was Max's.
That was Max's.
Max's? Oh,
We had assigned seating.
that's right. I was just trying to make sure. Okay, that is Max's. You're in the wrong seat, Sora.
All right, sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
That was quite the dump, David.
Gosh.
It was intense.
The intensest. Sora just says, "Whatever do you mean?"
That's Max's seat. Yours is one behind.
Sora kind of leans over and he says, "It seems like Max is doing perfectly well up there."
I raise my hand
Uh,
for the teacher.
Kretch looks up and he says, "Yes, Miss Nakamura."
Sora is not his assigned seat.
Sora, get in your seat.
So petty.
He
Give a shit.
he groans and he's like,
Wait, how'd you just do that? Because I was trying to figure that out. Like, it shows the length and then you move.
right
I
click.
think you right click while holding left click.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sweet. I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
Okay. Well, Kretch looks at everyone and he wheels out a board from right here, just like a little chalkboard, and puts it behind him, and he says, "All right, continuing from last class, we discussed the antediluvians and Atlantis and their progeny. Quick review. He kind of scratches his goatee and he 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Pick a number between 1 and 10.
7. I picked 7.
All of us.
Yeah.
5.
2. You should have picked 2.
Oh,
Akiko picked 2.
Akiho picked 2. Kretch scratches his chin and he says, Saito, why was Atlantis important?
Akiho will immediately start repeating his exact words from that day.
Okay.
I think you had that, didn't you?
I did it memory.
Yeah.
Nice. Word for fucking word.
He crosses his arms and he looks at you and he nods and he says, "Very good, very good. I see you've been taking thorough notes."
I just smile real big and just nod real happy like.
I do the sideways kind of look, you know, and kind of, you know, stick out the lip and say, "Teach me, pet." Kind of like, you know.
Okay. Now, moving on from the pre-flood era, we will move to the post-flood era and the specials in ancient society. As you will recall, he starts drawing on the little blackboard with the chalk and everything. He's classic that way. He says, as all of you recall, the majority of the special population was wiped out with the fall of this Atlantean continent. As such, the population of normal people without powers began to take root and colonize the rest of the world. Though some notable specials survived, Many believe that some of the first pharaohs of Egypt and their dynasty had some kind of special powers, but none of that can be proven. What can be proven, however, is around the time of the Greek, whenever the Greeks were founded, the Greek city-states were founded. As all of you, I'm sure, are aware, the Greek city-state was in constant conflict with Persia during this time. Now, the king of Persia, King Darius, was a well-documented special. He seemed to have an ability that allowed him to the strength of many men. And in that time when battle was guaranteed mostly by the strength of one sword arm, he was quite the formidable foe indeed. He attempted to coalesce all of the specials in the region under his rule to spread the Persian Empire and dominate the known world at the time. However, the Greek city-state, composed almost entirely of normies, were stood against him. And although it is not known exactly how, they managed to overcome, or at least stand against his repeated invasion attempts. King Darius's son did not inherit his father's gifts and was a normie himself. So whenever the king passed, King Xerxes decided that he would use his mighty empire to finally crush Greece once and for all. But him not having the talents of his father quickly was humbled by the Greek state. Following the fall of the Persian Empire, the Greeks and the normie population in general became aware of the special presence and treated them with a sense of xenophobia. And they began to hunt down and persecute anyone that they became aware of that had special powers. Among these are some famous individuals you might have heard of, such as Jesus and the Oracle of Delphi, also known as Pythia. Jesus, it would be noted, was a renowned healer, and it is speculated that he might have had precognitive abilities as well.
Jeebus was a mutant.
Magneto and Jesus, same team.
Yes.
Many of the specials that fled eastward into China, where the specials were still relatively unknown, or had not made themselves a threat. So the Chinese emperors at the time welcomed them in their power to bolster themselves against the growing Greek and later Roman threat. The most notable person of that time, though, was Pythia, the Oracle of Delphi, who is confirmed to have been, as far as we know, the strongest precognizant on record. She saw the forecoming of the fall of the Persian Empire and the later persecution of the specials. So she ingrained herself in the Normie society as a prophet of sorts, a counsel to the kings and emperors to come. She, in her time, began teaching and housing other specials and incorporating a grand magnum opus in a grimoire held now by a select group of the specials that enforce the law. I will come up with a name for them later. That she wrote on how a special might integrate themselves into normie society. And that is still a guideline we use today. And that will conclude the lesson today.
So we are like Jesus. That's what I took from it. I say, like, looking around and shrugging.
Chiho is just like, yeah.
I think you mean Jesus was like us.
Yeah. Good point.
Lawrence is seemingly enthralled. He's like, oh wow, the Greeks and everything. Lucilia raises her hand and she says, you said that the Greeks hunted down specials. Yes, Lucilia. They did. How did they find them? Kretch scratches his beard or his goatee and he says, we're not exactly sure. We think they just persecuted anyone that appeared differently. Max is yawning, like, oh. And the class has been going for several hours. Chiho is just staring off in the distance, completely zoned out. Sora is in the back, just kind of lounging back with like he's just like lounging back. You can't tell if he's asleep or not. Vera's just sitting there attentively with her hands in her lap. And Isabella is just kind of sitting there looking confused, but still nodding anyway. Kretch says, well, if that is all, then class is dismissed.
Yes. Stretching like it was a long day of work.
Sora just yawns like, ah.
So I guess Jesus was real after all, huh? I say as we're like getting up and walking away.
Chiho's like, what? Chiho looks genuinely confused, and
Chiho, just you're Jesus.
You're Jesus.
She's just confused as all heck right now. He's like, what? Okay, well, if we want to play that, then Megumi, you're Moses.
Yeah, sure, why not? I'll go. If anyone needs me, I'll go. I'll be building an ark.
Oh, that'll be cool. I can't wait to see your arc, Megumi.
I just loud, exasperated sigh.
Chiho just says, "Oh, I want to be the captain, Captain Jesus." Isabella looks up at you and kind of tugs on your sleeve, Megumi, and says, "Can I ride on your boat too?"
Sure, why not?
Yes, it'll be a party.
Lawrence walks up to you, Megumi, and he kind of says, "Hey, Megumi, are you free?"
Yes. What do you need?
Well, I was kind of wondering if now would be a good time for the thing, you know?
Oh,
I'm sorry. That's just too vague.
The thing. Well,
she'll always have time for you.
yeah. Well, we can worry about the thing once you and I solve something. You can still speak to birds, right?
He nods.
Well, surely that
So-
bird either had a mate or competition. And birds communicate through chirping loudly about their territory. I'm pretty sure you can probably find the baby birds that way if you really want to save them.
His eyes kind of light up and he says, I didn't even think about that.
That's just a little thing called science.
Kretch, before everyone leaves the room, he says, "Oh, by the way, student council or student president nominations start today, and the vote will be held in 3 days' time during Safra's class."
I forgot who we were going to vote for.
I voted for Lawrence, remember? A vote for Lawrence.
Okay, yeah, that's right. It was Lawrence. Yep. I couldn't remember.
We were going to make him come out of his shell.
Yes.
So Sora walks up to you, Megumi, and
I think Sora really wanted it, didn't he?
What, the president?
Yeah.
You don't recall.
Okay.
Sora walks up and he says, "Can I be a part of the thing?"
What thing? No, you will be later.
I'm
still being vague, I know.
He goes, "Ooh, I can't wait." And he smiles and he says, "Well, I'm out. I'll see you guys later." And he starts kind of just floating off. He's not even walking, just floating. He just floats backwards and waves at you as he walks out the door, or floats out the door. And he says, "Oh, I'm getting pretty good at this." Did you just say it's not worth it?
Yeah, it's
not. Lawrence just says, "All right, well, Well, we can go find the birds and do the thing. After that,
Okay.
and he starts walking out the door, too. Karu, Chiho, Vera, and Lucilia and Isabella are still in the room. Safra and Judas kind of tell Max, like, all right, time to go back. And Max just kind of goes, and they kind of like walk beside him and just walk him out of the room. So it is you guys left in the room. Megumi, do you follow Lawrence out?
Yeah.
Or are you staying? Okay. Okay, then it is Karu and Akiho, Chiho, Vera, Lucilia, Isabella are in the room. Still in the
Alright,
classroom.
well, I mean, I think it's about time to head out. Where should we go, guys? I'm asking mostly Chiho, but inviting along anyone else who wants to join us.
What's going on?
You guys are just chilling in the classroom, figuring out what to do.
Oh, okay.
Chiho starts kind of snickering and having that like smirky, mischievous grin. He's like, I think I know what I want to do. And she whispers in your ear, Akiho, let's follow Megumi and Lawrence around.
Okay, let's do it.
Vera
We'll try to be sneaky.
Vera just nonchalantly says, I'll join you, even though you're whispering.
Alright, cool. Let's do it, guys. Karo, you want to join us?
I guess, I suppose. But no, is Isabella coming with us?
She's kind of just staring at you guys.
Yeah. Well,
You guys suck.
I kind of did say I'd get her some painting supplies, so I'll probably do that first before I come join you. Oh.
Chiho just says, all right, well, I guess let's meet up in the lobby later and begin Operation Spy on the Lovebirds.
Okay, we need to bring our super secret ninja outfits.
Oh god.
Chiho just says, I don't have a super secret ninja outfit. Vera just very blankly says, neither do I.
Well, put something together. Like, we need to get like a ninja mask. Like,
You
wrap
reminded
a blanket
me.
around your head.
Axe Cop Night Mission.
What?
Awesome.
Whenever
Awesome.
they sneak around, they're doing night missions, and he's got like a little
Oh.
cat.
Yeah, night mission, stealth mission. Okay. Isabella walks up to you, Karu, and she just kind of stares up at you.
Well, let's go ahead and get the painting for you.
She just nods and she says, "Yay."
So, I'm gonna go get that real quick,
All right.
and then yeah.
Essentially, something like this.
essentially something like, oh, okay.
Just like wearing a hoodie and like
A
wrapping
hoodie
like
and like a
something around the face.
Something around the face. Okay. All right.
So not, of course, real ninja outfits, but you know,
just very sketchy looking.
yes.
Okay. Okay, so super sketchy. Let's see. What does Chiho have? She comes out in like a hoodie like yours, only it's kind of like off pink, not bright pink, but the bright pink, not bright pink, like the off pink, and like sweatpants, and she's like, oh, I don't have any dark colors.
God, of course she doesn't. She's fucking pastel vomit. That's what she is.
I mean, Akio has some like yellows, but also some darks and greens. Variety is the spice of life. I bet I could loan her like I probably only have like just this one black one, but I probably have like a gray one or something I can loan her.
She's a little bit bigger than you. So
Yeah.
Harsh, but fair.
So she doesn't fit quite well. You recall a certain garment ripping.
Yeah, no, I remember.
But yeah, we will go switch to. Nah, let's do that last. Karu, we will switch to you. You are getting supplies for Isabella.
Yep.
Correct?
Mhm.
Isabella's just kind of sitting in the lobby, waiting for you unless you tell her to follow you up to your room.
Nah, the lobby's fine.
Alright. Well, she's just sitting in the lobby by, well, not by herself. Sora's kind of in one of the chairs, just kind of relaxing in one of the chairs. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. He's just like sitting there. He kind of waves at you as you go past, and he says, "Hey, Karu, what's going on?"
I was getting some painting materials for Isabella. You know how she likes to paint.
I did not, but that is interesting. Isabella looks at him and he says I paint good. And Sora just says, I'm sure you do. And then Sora says, well, the sun's still out, so I think I'm gonna go enjoy that. I'll see you guys later.
Hey, Sora, I did have a question.
Yeah?
You remember yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yesterday when we were investigating Vera's room.
Yeah.
Do you remember? You remember whenever you were just chilling on the couch? I wouldn't say chilling. I would say, you remember when you were lying down on the couch?
He scratches his chin and he says, yeah, I do. Why, are you jealous? Yeah, you're jealous.
Why would I be jealous?
He just smirks.
Is that a normal action you would take with a woman?
He just says, well, Karu, some women like that kind of thing, and you never know until you try. You've got to test the waters.
I was kind of under the impression that you were a little more, I don't know, respectful.
What gave you that idea?
Well, I guess I was wrong.
He just says he just says, well, I don't know what people have been telling you about me, but just because where I come from doesn't mean I have to conform to certain stereotypes.
I was not meaning in a stereotypical way. I was just meaning, I don't know, being as.
Oh
The
no, I understand what you mean. Of course, someone with my upbringing has to be eloquent all the time and be a knightly knight like you. he just kind of sighs and he just says, whatever, and he just walks out. He seems kind of miffed for some reason. Isabella says, you made him mad.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Karu, are you mean?
Yeah, Karu, are you mean?
Well, I try not to. I don't think I am, but that may not be the case for other people.
I don't think you're mean. And then she starts drawing.
Thank you, Isabella.
Now, going to the rest of you. Karu, you are already in the lobby, so Akiho and Chiho, or Chiho says, all right, are we all ready for Operation Spy on the Lovebirds? To
Let's
you,
do
Akiho.
this. Let's do this. Fist pump.
You guys
She-
are terrible.
Chiho just says, oh, do we need to like bring rope and like grappling hooks and stuff?
Okay, you said rope at first, and then I was like, whoa. And then you said, it was like, oh, okay.
Chiho's into some kinky stuff, yo.
Yeah.
Chiho's just like, I don't actually have any of those.
I don't either.
Oh well.
Would this,
I wonder if Vera does.
this wouldn't
Oh,
be
she might.
rude to do, would it? I'm pretty sure the last time. Oh, great. I'm pretty sure the last time I was gaining information on people behind their backs, it went poorly, so. Should we really be doing this?
Chiho just says, well, if you don't want to come, Karu, you don't have to.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Around that time, Vera comes out of the elevator in her most glorious and well-maintained maid outfit. And she walks up to all of you and she says, I'm ready.
Wait, what?
I just give the greatest thumbs up and like
My body is ready.
ping like where the anime character smiles with a thumbs up and like
Yeah.
the teeth ping and shining.
Yes. But Vera says, as an aside, would any of you know how one of my uniforms got damaged?
Wait, one of your uniforms got damaged? What?
Gosh dang it.
Yes.
How did that happen? Fucking dicks.
I did not notice any of your clothing becoming damaged. I'm pretty sure we didn't even check the drawers.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, I checked your drawers. Nice diary, by the way. I didn't open it, but it looked cool.
God, you guys are dicks. You're fucking assholes.
But
You
I saw your maid uniform, but they looked pretty pristine.
She just frowns and just says, "Very well then."
Probably sees right through my lies.
Who knows?
are
Chiho says, "Well, anyway."
Yes.
are you guys seriously doing this?
Chiho looks at Vera and says, Karu doesn't want to come with us. And
Yeah, he decided he changed his mind. He's boring.
What? It was more. I was.
Vera looks at Yukaru and says, "Is this true?" Very well, it can't be helped, I suppose.
All right,
You know,
let's do this.
I
Go
probably-
team.
I'm gonna be there just in case you guys mess up. Because that's what happened the last time. Was you almost died.
Yes, you did.
So let's not have that occur.
Rolling for peer pressure. So that last image I shared is all of us, or at least Chiho and I, like cheering as we
Yeah.
try to go out.
That thumbs up is still wonderful.
Yeah, that sums it up. All right. Chiho said, kind of like puts her hand in the middle of all you guys and like holding it out, and he says, "All right, everyone, Operation Spy on the Lovebirds."
So wait, how does she hold her hand out? Is it
like the thing where you hold your hand out in the middle to have everyone put their hand in the middle?
Okay, yeah, I'll join in. That's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure.
Vera looks at all of you and reluctantly puts her hand over everyone else's, but doesn't really touch anyone.
No, you got to do it like this, and then I put my hand on hers and like push it down on top of Chiho's.
She looks uncomfortable, but she's like, okay. Isabella like walks up and she says, "I don't know what's going on," but she puts her hand up there anyway.
That's all right. You're doing good. And now I look expectantly at Karu.
Everyone's looking at you.
I guess I need to acquire some sort of face gear, right?
Chiho grabs your hand and just puts it in the middle with everyone else's.
Oh.
And she's like, "All right." And and she just cheers,
Yeah.
and she just says, "All right, everyone, let's go!" And she just starts leading the way. Isabella sits back down on the couch and just keeps drawing. Megumi,
Yeah.
let us go to what you are doing. I guess we can just have all of you roll body or whatever to see how well you guys do. Vera's just gonna roll stealth because I think she has stealth.
You know I'm gonna be the stealthiest boy out here.
Stealth
just
boy.
just all pure stealth.
Jesus Christ, John.
Is stealth is gonna be body, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. All right, I'm back.
All right.
Welcome back.
No.
Okay. And all right, so average stealth roll is decent enough.
Like a 9, I think.
Yeah, you're uh not going to just give yourselves away. Okay, so Megumi, you
No,
are
no.
with Lawrence,
Yes, we are.
and you two are just kind of strolling. You see Sora kind of just lounging around on one of the benches, and he gives you a wave as you go by.
Okay. Wait, what?
Not
Oh.
Lawrence, Sora.
Sora.
Yes.
Okay. I just like whatever. I give him the just that look on my avatar. That's the look I give him just momentarily. Like, and then turn up my head and keep walking. Never gonna get this. Anyway. So I'll continue away with Lawrence.
Lawrence says, well, I guess let's go into the woods and, you know,
Get this
talk.
over with. I say out loud, kind of still vague.
Yeah.
But I say in a good way, not like angrily. Like, yeah, let's get this over with.
Sora, you kind of see out of the corner of your eye, Sora give like Lawrence a kind of a wink, and Sora, Lawrence just kind of gives him a confused look, and you start walking into the little wooded dirt path, and Lawrence kind of walks a little ways and then picks the spot, and he's like, all right, here's good enough. He says, you might want to stand back over there. Megumi, are you there?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I guess I'll. Do I stand? Do I pose? What is it you want me to do, Lawrence?
Oh, I thought we were looking for the birds.
Oh, we're doing that first. Okay. Yeah. I guess let's go talk to the birds. You need to remember what I said about the chirping territory. If you recognize the bird, then you know who to ask for.
Lawrence kind of sits down on the ground and crosses his legs and kind of takes a deep breath, and he's like, okay. Then, all of a sudden you hear a lot of flapping, like, and all of a sudden just birds everywhere, like out of the scene of the movie, birds just flying everywhere. A dozen, 2 dozen, so many birds. It's just, black with birds. And just just so many birds, and they all land like around Lawrence. Some of them land on him, and there's at least 8 birds that land on him. And if you want, you can give me a mind check to see if you can get an estimate of how many birds there are.
Sure. So let's see how much of a fuck ton.
There's at least 40 plus birds here. Um, and he kind of closes his eyes for a minute, and you hear a lot of chirping. Just it's almost deafening.
I'll put my hands over my ears because it is too much. It's louder than a mall, but it's birds.
He picks up one of the little songbirds that looks very similar to one of the ones that was laying on the ground, and he kind of picks it up or puts his finger out, and it kind of looks at him and jumps on his finger, and he kind of holds it up to his face and kind of pets it with his other finger, and kind of casts it off and lets it fly away, and you see all of the other birds just start flapping away and going into the back into the trees. And in a circle around Lawrence, there's just feathers everywhere. It's just blanketed with feathers. And he says, I think I know where it is.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Alright, Vera and crew, Akiho and crew. Let's see.
Yes.
Who is going to take the lead in finding where Lawrence and Megumi are?
I have 0 skill in that, so I will absolutely offer to take the lead.
Okay.
Unless someone else,
Beautiful.
like, more skilled, or like overthrows me or whatever.
Wait, what is the skill?
Just searching. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, searching.
I have nothing that could be relatable.
Vera climbs a tree real fast, or she doesn't climb a tree. She finds 2 trees that are close together and does that kind of like ninja jump thing up the tree, up the 2 trees, and gets on the top of the tree. And she looks, and let's see if she can find anything. Well, no, she doesn't really find anything, but she does she does notice birds flying in one direction, just a bunch of birds, a whole lot of birds. And she says, I think that's the direction. That seems to be a solid. It seems like Lawrence is calling birds. A lot of birds, too many to count. She says as she comes down the tree. Jumping out of the tree, landing perfect.
Too many to count.
It's quite worrying, really.
Well, let's go.
Alright, all of you head in the direction that Vera indicated, and you see from behind the trees Lawrence sitting surrounded by birds, and you hear the whole thing. Lawrence says to you, Megumi, all right, well, let's go. I mean, You're pretty tall, right? So you probably have a better chance of reaching than I would.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, sure. Just leave all the reaching in for me.
This is Megumi now with all the burbs.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
Except
a
those
lot
are
what it looks
that's a
like.
scream of terror.
Yeah, that's a scream of
Oh
terror.
god!
One or two birds do land on you, but then they fly away soon
Yeah, 'cause
after.
I'm not into it.
Lawrence, that little songbird that he cast away, kind of flies above his head and seems to be leading you in a direction. Lawrence kind of suddenly stops walking, and he's like, "Huh, okay," and then he keeps walking.
Him and his burb spies knows we're coming, but I don't know that he knows we're coming.
Megami, and he says as I say what, and we both draw guns. We're being followed.
They know. Or better yet, they come. Anyway, you walk about 5 or 10 minutes deeper into the woods. You go off the path, and you come to a pretty thick tree, and you see the bird that you've been following land, and you hear little chirping sounds like chip 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 chip, and he says, looks like that's it." He points up to the tree. It's about like 15 feet high.
Fuck. Okay. Is there any way we can get up there? Or is it just going to be crap? I think I'm gonna get him. I'm strong, and I don't think he's as strong as me. At least I don't think so. I've got a 3 body, baby. I might do the whole stand on my shoulders kind of thing.
All right.
This is gonna look kinky as shit.
All right.
I'm not gonna have him stand on mine.
Lawrence is like, well, if you think that's a good idea.
Well, I don't see any other way to get up there. Unless, no, I can't carry it in my form. No, I guess we'll have to do that.
Well, okay. And he says, well, I guess I'm ready when you are.
All right, I'll have him. I'll like kneel down in front of him, but he's gonna have to step on my shoulders.
All right, so everyone from the bushes, you see Lawrence. You're kind of far away enough that you can't hear exactly what they're saying. It's kind of just like, okay, like, this is it. And you see Lawrence stand next to a tree, and you hear, "Whenever you are," and you just see Megumi just bend down in front of Lawrence.
Yeah. And then you can't see me anymore.
Yeah, basically.
Just because like a brush or some shit. It's so terrible.
Basically.
All
right. Chiho, Akiho beside you, Chiho covers her eyes.
I'm also going to say, like, as he mounts on my shoulder, so I can like try and stand up with him on it, and him bracing his tree. He's like, "Stand still, you're fidgeting too much."
You hear that because she says that kind of
Perfect.
forcefully. Lawrence says, "Sorry, I've never done this before."
Everything we could think of to misconstrue this, what's going on.
Exactly.
All the anime shit.
Exactly. So that's what you're
Perfect.
seeing. Vera is just like watching there with her mouth kind of just open, just like, just mouth open. She can't
God.
believe what she's seeing. Chiho is just like, oh, my virgin eyes. And I don't know what Karu and Akio are doing.
I posted my reaction.
Yeah, I imagined it was gonna be like something like leaning in or something.
Yeah.
Karu, what do you do?
He might be.
I'm not really sure what's going on. Really.
So you're standing there just in kind of confusion.
Dumbfounded.
Watching, seeing what they're gonna do.
All right. So give me a body roll, Megumi.
Oh, come on, good body.
This is
That's
easy.
decent.
So
Okay, it's decent.
so it's easy enough. Lawrence is very
He's
light.
Oh yeah, I figured.
So you hold him up. You're not sure how long you'll be able to, but he kind of sits on your shoulders and starts reaching up, and he's just like, I need just a little more.
I'm pushing as hard as I can.
And
I
and he says, hold on, I'm gonna try to stand up a little more. And you feel his like foot actually dig into your shoulder.
I groan.
Let's see if
loudly.
he can keep his balance. Oh
There
yeah,
we go.
he manages to keep his balance. He kind of wobbles for a second. He's like, but he does grab the nest, and he's like, I got it.
All right,
And-
now give it to him.
And he wait, give it to who?
Give it to him, like the food or whatever. Cause is he?
Oh.
Wait, yeah. Or is he trying to just grab the nest?
Yeah, he just grabbed the nest.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Don't let it slip out of your hands.
And he says, "Okay, I'm coming down now." And you feel him like slowly like climb down off of you.
Right.
And he's beside you with just holding this little nest, and there's 3 little chicks in there, like looking up at you, Megumi.
And now I'm going to say, well, now that you have them, you better take responsibility. I did it. All right, cliche check.
Lawrence is like, yeah, I hope they allow pets in the hotel.
That's the confusing line right there. See, I told you it wasn't gonna be that difficult. Boy, I'm spent though. I didn't think you would get so hard up in there. As I say, rubbing my shoulder.
Chiho whispers over to you, Akio. Are they done?
Cringe.
Hold on. No, I did save this.
Akiho, you saw everything. You saw them like climbing on their shoulders and everything. Vera's just like,
Reaching a
what are
branch
they-
and all this shit.
yeah. What are
Yes,
they doing?
but just the audio they provided and the stories I'm gonna tell.
There you go.
Perfect.
So as that's going on, I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, Chiho, you have to see this! Oh my God, no way!"
Well, I guess what? Do we head back now?
Lawrence just says, "Well, it's still pretty light outside, and I was kind of wondering, if you still want to do the other thing while we're out here?"
Oh, they're going for even more, Chiho. Oh, you can't watch.
Again? Wait, you want to still do more? You have you still have enough energy?
I always have energy for that. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah,
like,
that is your passion. Fine. Now I'm gonna bring it up. I was like, so do you need me to pose, or what do you need me to do exactly?
He kind of said, his face goes red, and he's just like, I don't know. I mean, you're pretty as it is, so I guess just do whatever you want.
No, that's boring. You're the artist. You're the one that's supposed to tell me how it is. Call him an artist.
Well, let's see. How about whenever you do it, uh, you smile and like you hold the birds while you're doing it, and you'll
No,
look you'll look like I don't know, one of those old Greek paintings.
Sure. I guess if that's what you're into.
I mean, I think it. I think you'd look really. He kind of blushes and he says, "I think you'd look really beautiful."
But he's being genuine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blushing a little too. Yeah. Okay. Fine. I'll do that.
All right. And he says, "Oh, I know just the spot." And he says, "Come on."
Gee,
And
I wish we had a camera.
Because Chiho's not looking, right? So you're just making all this shit up. You're fucking terrible, dude.
You see them start to leave, and Megumi, he kind of drags you to this spot where the forest opens up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the scene that you see before you. And basically he's just like, oh, stand like kind of over here, and I'll just kind of, I don't know, do what you do, and like hold the chicks.
Okay.
All right, give me a beauty roll.
I better not fuck this up, because I wasted it on the other one. I almost hit Shadow
Do you
Bind.
want to use some, was it EP for an extra dice?
Yes.
Yeah, if you use if you use 10 EP, you get a +1.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will do so. I will blow it on pretty.
Blow it on looking amazing, immaculate.
Oh my god! I
What do you
almost
mean? What do you mean blow it? It's the perfect opportunity.
Yeah, it is the perfect
God
opportunity.
damn
Oh
it.
my god. Okay.
My hair is so fucked up from all the birds and shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's double one.
That's double one, dude.
Gosh.
It's the birds. It's holding the birds. They're distracting, and Lawrence is kind of just like, stay still. Stop fidgeting.
It's like pecking at my hand. What do you expect me to do?
She has him in the palm of his hand.
Ow, that hurts. I said that's just like from the bird, but
nevertheless, he does manage to. He's just like, well, here, and he kind of walks up to the bird and the chicks, and he kind of does like a cooing sound. He leans over and like coos to the chicks, and they calm down. And he's like, there. The good news is you're naturally pretty, so it's just a little off day.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. I said I better not fuck this up, and boy,
did.
did I fucked it up hard.
You messed it up bad.
You did the worst you could.
But yeah, he after a while, he just stops talking, and he's just quiet, and he's just like occasionally just looks at you and just stares at you while just like moving his hand.
Oh wait, now it's gotten awkward, Chiho.
That there's just this awkward silence, and
Yeah.
and every time you move, he's like,
It's so hard for me to sit still like this, like a dead fish.
Chiho's just like, what are they doing now?
He wants her to lie limp.
It's terrible, Dave.
Uh,
There's some good cringe right here. I love it.
Vera is just like over there yawning. She's like, ah, this is very tame.
I'm just gonna like gasp and be like, "What are you into?" Still keeping up the ruse.
She just looks over there, looks at you blankly, and she says, I've never been into that. I don't understand it.
She hasn't yet to experience the springtime of her youth.
Let's see. I actually have a role for this. She doesn't understand the art.
What is art? I can't into the art.
Yeah, basically. And Akiho and Chiho and the rest of you, go ahead and make me a body roll.
Them, right?
Yeah, them.
Okay.
Meat.
Let's see. I think I have sound effects. Sound effects. Wait, can you guys hear that?
what is it?
Maybe.
Barely, I think, but maybe.
There we go. Just a slight little windy sound. Akiho, you hear behind you just this little gust of wind, and you see Sora kind of like float down right beside you guys. And, hey guys, what's going on?
It's scandalous.
And then suddenly the wind stops. As he.
Can we actually see what Lawrence is doing?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
He's
Just
sitting there.
Chiho's
just
the
drawing.
only one that's not,
Yeah.
and is getting a play-by-play by Akiho.
And Lawrence, Sora just kind of looks, and he's like, "Scandalous, you say?" He looks down through the. That sly dog. Is all he says. And Chiho just like unburies her head from your shoulder, Akiho, and looks up at Sora, and she's just like I didn't even know Lawrence had it in him. But yeah, that's what you see. And Vera says, well, I've about seen enough. And she turns and she starts to leave.
She's bored of the usual.
Yeah, you've been sitting there for about 30 minutes just watching them draw. Or him
it seems
draw.
like Lawrence is just doing his usual thing. His talent. So I suppose I'm probably gonna head out too.
So Sora says, well, I've seen what all the commotion is about, so I guess I'll just leave. I guess I'll
we should
go on
head
my
back.
way too.
Okay. I guess we should head back, Chiho. Everyone else is leaving, and they're just kind of. Oh shit! What's the word I'm thinking of?
Ending, slowing down.
They're just like, they're kind of just basking in each other's presence for now.
Chiho says, "Oh, that's so sweet," and just starts walking back with you. Megumi,
Yes.
Lauren, you see Lawrence's hand stop for a second, and he's like,
What?
"Oh, they left," and then he just goes back to drawing.
I don't even catch that because I assume it's just extra birds. Oh, okay. Oh.
So you get, I'm actually going to have Lawrence have spent some extra, his EP on drawing, so he got a 13. So the drawing is pretty slick. You, after about another 10 or 15 minutes, he's like, I'm done. Well, with the rough sketch anyway. I'll go back and finish it later. He says, do you want to see?
Sure.
Okay.
They like getting feathers and shit out of my hair.
Yeah. You've just been
Well,
holding
not shit,
the
but
you've been holding the little bird nest the whole time. And it looks, the picture of you is pretty accurate. Your hair is kind of messed up and frazzled, but in like a picturesque, cute way. There's like a little feather in your hair, and like you've got like a cute little smile on your face while you're like clutching the little bird nest. And you really do look, from the picture, it really does look like a picture you'd see on like a Greek artwork of like
I'm actually
Aphrodite.
stunned by this. Even though I like fucked it up, he still managed to pull it off. Wow, that's actually pretty good. I wanted to say not bad, but I can't. It's pretty good.
He kind of blushes and like scratches the back of his head. He's like, well, I had a good model.
Thanks.
Anyway, we should head back probably.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go do that.
All right. It's
I need a shower anyway.
it's getting to where the sun is going down. So, we'll go ahead and start closing it out for what everyone does for the rest of the night. Lawrence does ask you, Megumi, he said, you were saying something was weird about the birds earlier? Like, you think someone, like, killed my birds?
Someone definitely was intent on hurting them.
He kind of looks down and he says, he just looks really sad.
I just don't know who would do that. Or why. Doesn't make sense. We have to just keep our eye out. That sound alright with you?
Yeah.
And tell your little friends to keep an eye out too, for themselves. Maybe let you know the moment something is up.
I should have asked them before they left, but now I don't know. They probably forgot. Birds don't remember things for very long.
Damn. Well, I guess start telling them every morning.
All right.
I shrug. What do I know?
I'll do that. Thanks, making me. You know, you're really nice.
Don't let anyone else know. I try. We're not all. Somebody's gotta. I mean, well, we gotta, stick together. Who else can we depend on? The teachers? I say, kind of just laughing.
He says, I don't know. They don't seem too bad. They just haven't been able to do anything.
Exactly. I say with a laugh.
All right. Well, the rest of you, if you didn't have any other plans, are in the lobby when Megumi and Lawrence get back. Isabella has drawn a rather immaculate red blob.
Blob. So is it like a perfect circle or?
It's pretty decent circle, but um, but it is just a big red blob. But the main thing you see is like two little birds like flying around in the picture, like crudely drawn birds, like flying into the red blob.
Oh, okay, cool.
And there's like some chairs. She drew some chairs and like she tried to draw a window in a very kid-like way.
That's a really good fire you got there.
She just nods. Lawrence and Megumi walk through the door. Megumi, you see everyone just sitting in the lobby. You see Sora and Chiho, or you see Chiho in particular look up at you and look up at both of you, and then just kind of go like "eep" and kind of like look back at her feet and says to Akio, "They're here."
Yes. So when they walked in, and if I noticed them, I would have immediately just looked at Chiho to just see her reaction.
She's like blushing red.
Yes.
Hey everyone. I just say kind of blankly. Like nothing happened. Absolutely happened.
I just wave at you like nothing new is going on, and I just turn to like whisper to Chiho, and I'm just like, don't talk to her about it. You might make her embarrassed.
You're terrible. Terrible human being.
What is strange is that Lucilia is in the lobby sitting there reading a book. Normally she would be by herself, but right now she's just kind of sitting in a chair reading, and she looks up when you walk in, but then kind of looks back down at her book.
What's everyone staring at? I just say kind of just being looked at. I guess Chiho looking at me weird. People looking at Chiho looking at me weird.
It was specifically Chiho.
Yeah, but everyone's gauging her reaction.
Sora just smiles and he says, "Oh, nothing."
I shrug. Whatever.
So did you and Lawrence have a good time?
Oh yeah, it was the best.
Oh, by the way, Megumi walks in holding a bird nest.
Oh yeah.
And you hear, all of you hear the chirping. Isabella says, "Oh, birdies."
Yes, baby birds. Hungry baby birds. I have no idea how to feed them. I say kind of.
You guys have babies?
Yes, we do, and I hold them out.
Chiho looks up and she goes, "Oh, that's so sweet."
I just whispered to Chiho, they made babies already.
Chiho says, "I know, they've already moved to the next step. Oh my god."
I wonder when they're getting married.
Oh, what will Karu think, though? Or no, she says, "Well, what about Max?" That's what she says, not Karu.
Right.
What about
I was
Max?
gonna say, wait, what?
Oh, when he
I
hears,
think
he's gonna be so sad.
I think he was already out of the picture because Megumi seemed really angry with him.
What if she went with Lawrence to make Max jealous?
Oh dang! I bet you're right.
Oh, he's gonna be so upset when he hears. Oh my gosh.
I guess we'll have to be extra nice to him, just to keep his spirits up.
She just nods. Megumi and Lawrence, you see Akiho and Chiho just over there like whispering, just like and just like Chiho just put her hand over her mouth like, oh my god. Lawrence looks kind of embarrassed and he's like at everyone looking at him, so he's like, well, it's pretty late, so I'm gonna go to bed. I'm kind of tired.
All right, yeah.
Karu, is there anything you want to say or do?
I guess would we have already eaten dinner? I guess.
You would have had a chance, yes.
Okay. Probably would need to at least visit Max.
All
He
right.
seemed pretty bummed out earlier, so.
All right. What about the rest of you?
I'll hand the baby birds over because I don't know anything about bird care.
All right. You hand them to Lawrence, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
I ask him quietly though, is he gonna chew up the food and feed it to them?
Lawrence kind of stops and he says, I didn't really think about that. I guess I'll just go use a blender.
Oh yeah, you could do that too. Ah. Duh. Nah, I knew. I just wanted.
As Akiho goes to hide all the blenders.
Where are all the blenders? Okay.
Well, but I guess you have to chew it for him.
I guess that's the only choice left. But yes. Lawrence says, I guess I'll go do that and then I'll head to bed. And then he says, oh, but I guess I'll go put them in my room first. I don't want to carry them around all the time. Well, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Alright. So, Megumi, what are your plans?
I am going to shower and clean myself up because I am covered in bird, and I think some of these little white spots on here are not feathers.
Perhaps not.
There's possibly bits of poo because birds just kind of flying shit everywhere.
That's the
Maybe
thing
some
they do.
splattered. Yep. So wonderful. I'm glad he didn't capture that in the drawing. Oh, mistress of the bird shit.
Yes. But all of you did notice he was carrying one of those really big art pastel palette things when he walked in.
Okay. Easel?
Yeah, easel. That's it. So, Megumi, if that's all, then you can go ahead and call the session for tonight, and
All right.
we can finish up the Max bit with you and I, Karu. Akiho, is there anything you want to do?
Nope. Akiho will just bid goodnight to everyone and head to bed as well.
Chiho follows you into the elevator, gossiping, just like, oh, I bet Sora is gonna be really bummed too. He really, really likes her. I can tell.
Yeah. That'll be sad.
And then the doors close. Karu or Isabella follows you into the elevator. Akiho and Jiho. So Sora is with you, Karu and Vera and Lucilia in the lobby. And Lucilia says, "Well, today has been rather eventful," in a sarcastic tone. And she closes her book. And by the way, if anyone cares to know what book she's reading, they could have asked at any point. But she closes the book and she says, well, I will call it a night myself.
What book was she reading?
It was a book called like nine things corporate 9 things corporate executives need to know. It or but it was a pretty weighty book.
Okay.
It didn't look interesting to read at all.
Yeah, I lost interest when I saw that.
But she says, "I bid you all good night." And then she starts walking towards the elevator. Vera gets up and bows silently and follows her into the elevator. You are now alone with Sora.
You must do battle.
Sora, do you want to come visit Max with me?
Do battle.
He just kind of shrugs his shoulders and he says, "I don't have anything better to do."
Very well. So, if we'll go head off to see Max.
Okay. Megumi, if you want to go ahead and go, that's
Oh
fine.
yeah, I need to. All right. See y'all later.
All
Let me
right.
know what
Good night.
See ya.
Have
Good
a
night.
All right. So you go to the second floor. Because you hadn't heard that Max had gotten out. And you see Kretch sitting at his desk, along with Saffron and Judas kind of sitting around too. They seem to be discussing something seriously. But you're not sure what exactly. Because as soon as you enter the room, that they quiet
They
down.
stop. Yeah.
And they say, Karu, or Kretch says, Mr. Shizumu? Mr. Oshiro?
Evening.
Is there something we can help you with?
We're wanting to see if we could visit Max.
Kretch looks at all of them, and Judas just kind of shrugs, and he says, "That's fine." And Kretch gets out a key from his pocket and walks over to the room that they've been keeping Max in, and unlocks it with the key. And he says, "It's open."
All right.
The room is pitch black.
Is he sleeping?
Kretch just says, I don't know. But I'm sure he would be glad to see visitors either way.
Max?
You hear, you don't hear anything at first.
Max? It's me, Karu, and Sora here to visit you. See how you are.
You hear You hear a meow. And then you see just two yellow orbs where the bed would be, and you hear another meow.
You're a cat right now. Okay.
And a second passes, and you hear, "Hey guys, what's up?"
Is it alright if I turn a light on?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn the room light on.
Okay. He covers his eyes and it's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
Hey,
Uh,
Max.
Hey, did you guys need something? More questions?
Well, actually, we were just kind of here to visit, see you. Since you kind of not been able to, I guess, really be anywhere else.
Sora walks in and he says, Max, you won't believe it. And Max kind of looks up and I'm like, huh? And he says, we saw Lawrence and Megumi sneaking off into the woods together. And he just kind of smiles. It's like, can you believe that? Lawrence and Megumi? In the forest alone? Together? And Max is just like, Lawrence? Oh, I see. Well, okay. And he just kind of shrugs. Okay.
Yeah, it seems as though he was painting something. So.
Oh, they were
Yes.
painting. And, that's all?
Something about a bird's nest, I think.
He kind of sighs like, all right. Yeah, that sounds like something they would do. So you just came to visit?
Yeah. Hadn't really seen. We don't get to. We haven't seen much of you, so we figured we might visit you.
Well, thanks, guys. I've just been in here, all day. That's not much to do. Just listening to them talking all day. Lots of talking.
Well, is there something you would like to do? I assume they won't let you out of here, so that's out of the question. But maybe there is something we can do. I don't know. There's games.
He kind of leans back and he's like, you could go get some of the books from my room.
Suppose we could get some books. Oh, actually, we don't have the key to your room.
Oh, hang on. He starts fiddling around in his pockets and he's like, here. And he just kind of hands it to you. I don't need it right now, I guess.
I suppose that's true. Alright, yeah, I can go get a couple items. Maybe we'll get a game or something too. So, okay. Do you want to come with Sora, or do you want to stay here?
Sora says, I can hang out with Max for a bit. And Max says, cool, I guess.
Okay. Alright. I will be back shortly with some items we can use to hang out with. So, I'll be right back. When I walk out of the room, I'll tell the crush. I'm just going to get a few items from Max's room.
All
so-
right. What you see whenever you go into his room. Is something that a messy room, but not just super messy. Oh well, okay, that didn't do exactly what I wanted. Anyway.
G5.
GFIF. Anyway, you see a room that has some clothes scattered about the floor. It doesn't look well maintained. It's very, very brown though, so even though it looks kind of messy, everything kind of blends in with each other.
That's fair.
Even though it's kind of messy, it doesn't smell bad or anything. So it's not like he brings food or anything in here that you know. And the lights are naturally just duller because everything's brown. So you get the kind of feeling that it's like kind of in a cave. It feels like, or like it feels very cozy, despite the odd color choice.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a mind roll, I guess.
Mind?
Yeah.
Okay. What do my eyes see?
What do your elf eyes see? There aren't any books in here. There are comic books and magazines.
I guess that's what he was referring to then.
Go ahead and high or low.
High.
All right.
Neat.
Yeah, you do manage to find another magazine that isn't a comic book that seems to have some very interesting pictures in there of some women in not full garb.
I don't know about that.
You look at it for a second. You're kind of curious what it is. So
Yeah, don't
you
really
you
know.
like flip through a page or two, and you're like, then you do whatever with it, close it or put it back or whatever you do. It's like,
I'll probably just put it back.
all right. Well, yeah, you find a few comic books, and other than that, let's see. Nothing really out of the ordinary. You're not searching through his drawers or his refrigerator or anything, are you?
Well, if his clothes are all on the floor, I am kind of curious if there actually is anything in his dressers. So,
That there is. You open the dresser and you just see a duffel bag sitting in the floor of the dresser, just like full of clothes and stuff.
Oh.
Or actually, no, you don't even see that. It's not even a duffel bag. It's just a small backpack, with just like a pair of pants. The room, actually, you get the feel is very, very empty. Besides the few clothes on the floor, and the backpack, and the magazines, that's all you really see. It actually looks like everything that's in the room can fit in that backpack.
he has one backpack. Very light, I see.
Oh, and also the backpack is like really old looking. It's got some scrapes and scratches, and it's covered in a little dirt. You can tell it was probably like a greenish color, but it faded to where now it's just like kind of green blackish. It's hard to tell. And all of the clothes look well worn.
Okay. Well, I'll grab whatever books he has, I guess.
Oh, and I should also mention that the comic books also look very raggedy and old, with some like some ripped pages and some pages that are just missing and stuff.
I'll probably grab what seems to be in the best condition then.
They all seem in relatively similar condition. They're not like falling apart, but they're old. A few
What are
have
the-
like water stains. But yeah, that's basically what you see. So you take the comic books and go back down to Max. Or do you intend to search his room some more?
Yeah, I'll double check his room again, just cause like.
All right, what are you looking for? What kind of things are you trying to find?
I guess I'm trying to find. His. I guess I'm trying to find something that's kind of maybe out of place. Like,
Okay, go ahead and give me another quick mind check.
I don't know if he has any like scratch marks on his walls or anything like that kind of deal.
Oh yeah, his bed isn't as messy as you would think it would be. It's not made or anything, but it only looks like there's a little bit that's ruffled, like maybe he jumps into bed as a cat and just gets under the blankets as a cat. But you do kind of take a look in his backpack, just a quick glance, and what you see in this backpack is there's a pair of pliers, some gloves, a screwdriver, and like a little bent piece of metal. And like a wrench, and like small little bolt cutters or wire cutters. But that's about the only thing out of the ordinary that you see. The tools look like everything else, covered in. They're a little bit more covered in grime. The gloves actually look relatively new, like they're kept in good condition. But that's about it. The gloves look like they're in good condition. That's the only things out of the ordinary.
So he has like a whole tool, like he.
Not a whole tool set. There's just a few very specific tools.
Probably used for breaking and entering, breaking open, or opening things, stuff like that.
That's not that wouldn't be a wrong assumption. You could see it being like that way. Oh, you also find like $20 and just various bills in his backpack.
Alright. I guess I'll take the comic books and I don't know if I should take any of the magazines or not. Well, his comic books are in such rough shape.
The other ones aren't in much better shape.
I guess I'll take. Uh, he asked for books, and since they're all books, I'll just try to take what I can.
All right, are you trying to take everything, even the other magazines?
Uh, yeah.
Okay.
He's been stuck in there for a few days. Like, if this is what he likes to read, then I'll
you
make sure
you
he
you
at
did
least
see
feels a little bit
you
better.
did see articles in there, so.
Okay.
All right, so you kind of just take them all back, and you go and you see Max and Sora, and Max is like, yeah, and then I saw her from the balcony just run out and nothing but a sheet. Oh, hey, Karu, what's up?
Well, I brought those. I brought some of the books you were looking for, or you had asked for. Um, so
Uh,
here.
he says, all right, and he's like, all right, let's see. He starts flipping through them, and he's like, then he comes to one of the other magazines. He's like, did you go looking through my stuff? And Sora leans over and he's like, ooh, I haven't seen that edition.
Well, you didn't seem to have too many comic books, so I just found whatever books I could.
He kind of looks back and forth and he's like, did any of the teachers see you bring those in?
I don't understand why that matters.
Uh, he Sora grabs one of the magazines, and he's like, Max, you got good taste. And Max is just like, yeah. I mean, what can I say? I mean, yeah. Uh, and he's they start huddling over the magazine, and he's like pointing at the magazine and everything. And Sora's like, Karu, you're welcome to join us.
Okay.
All right. They're just standing over the magazine, like flipping through it, and Sora's like, "Oh man, look at this one." And Max is just says, "Man, wait until you see what's on the next page." Just stuff like that, and they're just flipping through those pictures, and that's about all they're doing. And they get through the end of that one magazine, and Max is like, we're gonna keep this between us, right? And Sora is just like, of course. Right, Karu? None of the girls or anything need to know.
That is what you want.
Max just kind of wipes his brow and is like, oh, okay. Well, he kind of gives you two of the comic books and like the three other books, and he puts one comic book on top and the other one on the bottom, and he's like, you can just put these back in my room.
Okay.
And he keeps like three or four of the other comic books, of the actual comic books,
Mhm.
And Max looks at Sora and he's like, don't even think about. And he's like, I'm not gonna steal your stash, man. And he's like, okay. And that he Actually, Max says, so, Karu, do you like comic books?
I mean, I'm not very familiar with them, I suppose. I may have seen a couple, but I can't say I've really looked at them too much.
Max kind of tilts his head and he just says, "Well, why don't you come back later and I'll introduce you into the wonderful world of comics." He smiles. And Sora says, "Well, I'm gonna have to say no to that uh, nerd fest, but thanks anyway." And just says, "You don't know what you're missing, bro." Sora just smiles and he says, "I'm not making fun of you or anything." And Sora just kind of like shoves him and he's like, "Yeah, sure you aren't."
Well, I'll try to make sure to visit you tomorrow. I probably should at least visit you until they let you out of here.
Max kind of sinks back down into his bed and he says, "Yeah, if they ever let me out. You know, I wonder how long they can hold me in here before I can start saying it's kidnapping."
Oh shit.
Well, if you're Lucille, she mentioned on the first day, she basically thought they were committing kidnapping. So
Did she? Huh.
I'm pretty sure she mentioned that in class whenever she freaked out on Judas. Oh, yeah, I guess it was on Crutch, but
That Lucilia.
trying to fight Lucille, yeah. Or trying to fight Crutch, yeah. Or not Crutch, Judas. Gosh.
Max just says, "That Lucilia, you can never tell what's running through her mind."
I suppose that's fair.
Oh well, good night, you guys.
Yeah, have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Or-
turn the light out before you leave.
Will do, yes. So yeah, I'll turn the light out before I close the door.
You, as soon as the lights go out, you just see the big yellow, greenish eyes just reflecting. Akiho, since you're still around, is there anything in particular that you wanted to do?
Nope. I'm just chilling, browsing the interwebs, listening to what's going on.
All right. In that case, I have nothing else, so we can call it for tonight.
All right then.